They'll be calling you a radical. Me and Kevin Blanch are standing here in the center of the spiral jetty, and normally this is underwater, right? But because of the drought this year.
Well, not only that, the drought last year, we had such heavy winds and whatever, and such hot that sand and sediment has been pushed up onto the top of it. It's usually black and bright, and it's really dungy and dirty because we haven't had the rains this spring. But what I wanted to have you talk about, if you would, is I think your quote is historically going to be the most famous piece of the entire Fukushima fight as the activists, as truth tellers. I don't like the word truth tellers. I don't even know what you call us. Yourself, Jan Brooks, myself, from day one, all over this, and the group. I always go back to your quote. You said, the only thing being controlled about Fukushima is us. I think it is the most brilliant quote, and I want you to just talk briefly a little bit about why you feel we've lost. I feel we've lost the information war. Now, we've educated a lot of people on it's just a piece of the component, but why was we able to not get the platform? Was we able to, I mean, we educated millions and millions of people, and they know. What's your opinion on it?
Well, it's kind of funny because when we're standing here in this circle, and what you and I were talking about earlier, we feel like we're stuck in this vortex of information, and you have all the activists in the center and all of the propaganda that's constantly being thrown at us from every angle. And I told Kevin, like we talked about kind of our whole life story on the ride out here today. And when I first found out that Fukushima happened, and I knew how bad it was, and I had talked to a friend who worked in the nuke industry, and he told me how bad it was, and all these things that we've been saying now for 3 years, people realize now that we were right, and it's so just endlessly frustrating. But when this accident first happened, I thought within 3 months everybody's going to know. There's just no way they can cover this up, and I mean, I just can't believe to this day that people still don't know about this. There has just been such a thorough cover-up done from just every aspect. And when you look, none of this is really new when you go back and you look at weapons testing, and you look at, the bombs that we dropped on Spain when there was a plane crash there. We had one of our reconnaissance planes that collided with another plane while it was refueling, and they dropped 4 nuclear weapons in a little village in Spain.
Now we're finding out how contaminated it really is.
This place is so contaminated, and there's just so much, sickness that has happened there. And it's kind of like, people know, but they don't know what to do about it. And we need to shut all of these places down. We cannot be making more of this fuel. We cannot be exposing ourselves to
Megan Rice.
More contamination and more toxic substances with the horrendous health problems that we have already. And cancer is now the leading cause of death in children. And this came out 6 months ago, and it ran in the mainstream for 1 day. And I mean, that is such a huge...
Yeah, I did a video on it that day. I'm like, holy cow. Yeah, it passed. It was automobile accidents forever. Then it was gunshot wounds for a while. Now it's cancer. And the CDC even comes out and calls it the cancer pandemic. I mean, they tell us. But you know what I think, Christina? I really believe this. I believe people do know. Because we know the fish consumption's dropped dramatically. And when I'm in California, when I used to go to New York and these places, they didn't want to talk to me. They didn't want to hear anything from me. We're just a bunch of fucking lunatics. Boy, now that's all they want to talk about. Come on. I think it's denial. I think it's pure, epic, classic. I think they do know, and they're like, fuck you. Because I think we just have this apathetic society that the only way you get rich is born into wealth, and the wealth of this country, they like it just the way it is. Fuck, they don't care because they're so fucking arrogant. I believe that people do know. I don't know.
And recognizing though just that one aspect, if you just from Fukushima, you wake up to all of these other things that are going on, and people may think that we're radical in the way that we approach this, or the way that we talk about it, or putting ourselves, out there, but it's because we understand how horrendous this problem is, and that there's no way to solve it without the help of other people. And the time to help is now, and not when everybody in your family has cancer and they're sick from this, and then you want to do something. Then it is too late.
Oh, I'm in that bone marrow. I'm telling you, you come in there like it hit me. I didn't think, I'm out on this landscape. I was showing Christine all these great military industrial dump sites that are all over the state. I've spent my whole life out here But that's why I did it the way I did it. I mean, I don't speak like that I mean, I do this intentionally on purpose, yeah, from the organic, because we had to be freaking intense and radical. I mean, I look back on it, we did it right. We did it right. You know, the intensity. What else was we to fucking do? You know, really? Sit there like Arnie Gundershield and all these guys freaking beyond nuclear behind desk, the people that had the field, you know. I've been ranting and raving, screaming my whole life, and I thought, well, this YouTube site it's a powerful, powerful freaking genre. And I believe that, I look back on it, Jan, her videos, yourself, the way I mean, my God, how many views between the three of us have we had? How many eyes have been on between the three of us? I mean, millions and millions and millions and millions. We took the platform, and how did we get it? We were pretty radical and pretty intense, but wouldn't you think that this is time to be a radical? I mean, I do. I think to not be a radical is, I mean...
Yeah, there's no greater time, and we're at the tipping point, and we may have already passed it, for all I know.
Yeah. Well, you know, I used to tell people, when people at the university and people before I got cancer were like, Kevin, I'm like, no, everybody should be running around with their fucking hair on fire. Oh, you'll create panic. We're big boys. We're big girls. You know, if it's all so fucking hunky-dory and so fucking great, then why is it, you know, yeah, the stock market raging, but the fucking working class fucking wasted fucking done dynamic. Why all the fucking lies? If this nuclear is none of that, then why do they spend billions of dollars and orchestrate every fucking inch, nook, fucking cranny, and the fucking lies? And we just expose the lie after lie after lie after lie. If it's so fucking great, then why do they have to lie?
Break out of the vortex,
yep.
People. Break out of the vortex.
Well, thanks, Christine. I love you. I'm so glad that you've done all the work you've done. You know, we take a lot of shit. You know, and all of us, it's not been hard. We've done it without money. We've done it without funding. We've done it, but like we talked on the way out, maybe that was the way it was supposed to be.
Yep.
Poet needs the pain. You know, and boy, did we pay a price. You know, oh boy, with that central line hanging out of me. You know, and all the struggles that you've had, all the struggles I've had. Well, our place in time, but we were at least able to accept our place in time and go with it, and we did what we were supposed to do. And we'll, you know, we'll keep doing it and just. The chips fall where they may. That's all we can do.
If we don't die of heat stroke out here first.
Oh, this is the desert. I'm used to it. I love it. It's hot. It's great. What a landscape, huh? Stay untuned.